In today's video, we're going to tackle the question that has been on everyone's mind for a long time. Could Homelander save Sanctuary from Diablo? Homelander is essentially the Superman of the boys' universe. He possesses immense physical strength and speed, is practically impossible to injure, and has the ability to fly and shoot laser beams from his eyes. But would that be enough to make his way through the world of Diablo 2? Let's begin with Act 1. Homelander would probably make a rather dramatic entrance into the rogue encampment. Akara would be suspicious, but she would recognize his potential and ask for his help. The challenges of the first act would be fairly minor for Homelander. The demons are mostly small and attack with medieval weapons. Modern firearms cannot harm Homelander, so sabers and arrows certainly stand no chance. Even though these enemies are demons and undead, they are still flesh and blood, and we all know what happens when Homelander faces opponents of that kind. Even a large group of enemies, which effectively doesn't exist in Act 1, would be no challenge for him. He would probably even enjoy finally being able to use his full power without being constrained by morality or rules. Homelander would likely speedrun the Act 1 quests. The only real challenge before Andariel might be the Smith, who possesses considerable physical strength. But against Homelander, a hard punch simply isn't enough. Andariel herself would be child's play for Homelander. Due to her vulnerability to heat, his heat vision would be genuinely devastating to her. Given her appearance, Homelander would probably, perhaps in a brief moment of panic at the thought that there might actually be formidable enemies in this world, immediately try to disintegrate her from a distance with his laser vision. His ability to fly would also allow him to avoid her poison attacks far more easily than normal heroes. If Andariel were somehow able to hit him with one of her poison attacks, it would likely affect him to some degree. However, we know from the series that he can withstand extreme heat and radiation without suffering lasting damage. The poison, which can be lethal to Diablo heroes, would probably be about as debilitating to him as a bad cold or the flu. His eyes might water, he might start coughing, lose some of his strength, and perhaps even become dizzy. But it would never get that far, because the moment he realizes the creature is attacking him, he would roast Andariel with his heat vision. Since both combatants would most likely rely on their signature abilities in this fight, there probably wouldn't even be any physical combat, though Homelander would almost certainly have the upper hand there as well. Conclusion: Act 1 is a walk in the park for Homelander. He would rescue the rogues in record time and, with a confident, "You are the real heroes," set off for Act 2 while wondering what everyone in this world finds so troublesome about a few demons.
Der Held!